All right, so this is the assembly of the stock Accuphase wooden case for all of the vintage Accuphase gear, such as the E202, the C200, the P300, and other vintage series like that. I've been asked to demonstrate how to put these cases on the gear that I restore, so this is a quick video. Basically, you can see that this is an Accuphase E202 that I've flipped over, so it's laying on its top on a towel, and I've taken the feet off here. So here's the holes that the feet would mount into. So I've taken the feet off so that it's nice and flush. The next step is to take the base with the finished part that's veneered going forward and line up these holes in the base with the foot holes in the bottom of your unit. So just line those up, and then Accuphase supplies these little screws, but if you don't have any, one with a washer would be best, and just to get them started. And then I usually recommend using a low-powered type driver, not like a high torque screw gun or something like that, but something lower powered to tighten these up. So once you get those on like that, I usually just tighten up these bolts on the bottom, not real tight, but just tight enough that they're going to hold the base on well. All right, now you have the base mounted firmly to the bottom of the unit, and it's time to flip the unit over. All right, now it's time to mount the sides and the top. So the sides and the top come looking like this, and they have a finished front and top, which means that the bottom and the back are not finished. So this one is obviously for the left side of the unit. This other one is finished opposite, so it's for the right side of the unit. So it would not work over here because that would give it the particle board on the front. So you get your sides figured out. So this is the left side, this is the right side. And once you get that figured out, I usually just set it like that, and then you mount your sides to the top. The top is actually, you can flip it depending on which side the veneer is best. You have to make sure that your ventilation holes are going to be in the back of the unit, but they're basically, it can be flipped over. If you have some damage to the veneer, you can use the other side. So this one's got a little scratches on the veneer, so I'm going to flip it over and consider this my good side. And so I'm now going to mount the sides to the top in this manner so that the top is going to be like this. Now, if you can look up close, you can see that these have these mounting screws that go into the recess. That is it's a sliding recess mechanism that accepts these screws. So I'm just going to get these things started and slide it forward just a little bit so that it gets started into that side. And then I'll do the same thing on this opposite side. I will just get these bolts started and then tighten them up a little bit like that. Then what I recommend doing is taking the whole thing and standing it up like this so that you can just tap on the center section and tighten it up all the way. And you know when it's tight all the way when the sides and the back are flush, or the sides and the top piece are flush at the back aspect. Then you take the assembled sides and top and you put that over your unit just like this. And then if you'll come around this way, you can see how the mounting screws are just sitting on the base of the unit, just like that. So then what I recommend doing is just setting them down so that the screws are sitting there, and then you just slightly bow out the side so that they drop in and lock in. And I'll do the same thing to this side, just bow it out until it locks in. Then when it locks in, you just have to get them to where it starts to catch onto the receiver, and then you'll have a little bit proud here, about 1/4 inch, and that's usually when I just tap it on both sides with my hand, or you can use a rubber mallet and just tap it until it's flush with the base of the case. When you do that, then it's completed. Your top is tight, your base is tight, and your sides are tightly mounted, and it's a finished Accuphase case, well mounted to your vintage gear.